Okay. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Sunday National Championship Game Day edition of Morning Scone, presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge People. Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. RestoredMotions.com. ProCharge EV and ProChargeEV.com. Today is the day, ladies and gents. Will LSU do something today it has never done before in its grand athletic history? Will LSU claim its first ever women's basketball national championship? There will be a new champion crowned today, a first-time champion, be it the Fighting Tigers of LSU or the Hawkeyes of Iowa. It's the Bayou Barbie, Angel Reese, against women's college basketball's greatest scorer, Caitlin Clark. It's Kim Mulkey against some lady nobody really knows. The time is nigh. Actually, 5 hours from nigh. Will the Tigers win their first national championship? Will the Hawkeyes wear the crown? Legions of Tiger fans have descended upon Dallas to represent the purple and the gold. Will they leave grand and victorious, or will they hang their heads? In a few short hours, okay, I'll stop. All right, let's get going. Hope everybody, your Sunday is off to a fantastic start. LSU, Iowa today. Hawkeyes, at last I checked, were a 3-point favorite in the game. Should come as no surprise to LSU that they'd be an underdog here. Especially after Iowa did the heavy lifting there, knocking off South Carolina on Friday night. So, yep, Iowa's still a 3-point choice today. We'll see if the Tigers can go get done. Like this matchup much better. Like this matchup much better than South Carolina. So, see if they can go get it done. We'll say some good mornings here. Tiger baseball got skunked yesterday by Tennessee. 6-run first, 4-run second. You blink, you're down 10-0, and the game was over. Valiant effort to try to get back in it. Tigers actually had the bases loaded with 1 out after they put up a 4 spot in the. Hang on, let me look at the box score. I'm not sure that many of you actually care. It's one of those where you just flush it and you move on to the next one. That's the wonderful thing about baseball is you got shellacked yesterday, 14-7. It really didn't matter because you already won the series. And sorry, YouTube. Hang on, I need to check something on my phone. I got to check something. Okay, sorry, we're back. Well, we're back. Yeah, no, so LSU got 1 in the second, 1 in the third. And then, so we're down 10-0. But then they put up a 4 spot in the fourth, and they had the bases loaded with 1 out, and LSU couldn't get anything else going. Neal striking out, swinging hurt. For show. Then White grounded out to the pitcher. So, but anyway, could have had a much bigger inning there. Didn't do well. You move on. You won the series. You're now 6-3 in the league. You've won all 3 series, and this week go to South Carolina. So, see how they do. Pels won last night. We were in New Orleans last night. Brother-in-law, 50th birthday. Had a great dinner at Bourbon House on Bourbon Street. And had a room upstairs reserved. There was about 20 of us or so, and it was a great time. So Drove down last night, went to New Orleans, went to dinner, drove back last night, slept in my own bed. Erica got up at like 5 o'clock. Erica, her sister, and her mom are all driving to Dallas right now for the game. So Mimi from Mimi's House of Pain is a big women's basketball fan. She was a girls basketball coach in high school for a lot of years. And so she's become very enamored with this team and their run to the championship, so they wanted to go. So, bada bing, bada bang, bada boom, made it happen. Put them in the car today and said, get on. So they're going. Okay, let's say some good mornings. Nathan Norman, what's good, dude? Happy to see the Game Coin update. Yeah, brah. Hopefully y'all saw the update posted. Great news, man. Eskimo, the company out of the UK that Game Coin hired, on the development team, they've been awesome. They are going to really like supercharge and accelerate the completion of the platform. And they had some great ideas also for how to make it even more impressive. I mean, Demario Davis, Jenny Finch, Leonard Fournette, all the ambassador athletes are still on board. They're excited about it, giving input, and we're ready, man. Earl, good morning. Ben Boudreaux, it's my birthday. All right, Ben, 41. Happy birthday. Cheers to you on this day. Hope it's a great one. Russell Doloff, good morning. 154 days to kickoff. Sonny Warbington, what's going on? Clifford Moore, is this T-Bob A-Bear, LOL? Oh, because of my narrative to start. No. I don't know, maybe that's just something radio people do. You just have that narration in your mind. If it was T-Bob, I would have been doing it like in a British voice. Hey, Dad, good morning. Tony Williams, good morning. Jeremy Sagely, good morning. Daryl Fontenot, I'm down with Flushing and moving on, but Thatcher and Riley are concerning. Yes, we will talk about that. Deborah Cowart, Brian Jones, good morning. Did Cardell Thomas announce his transfer destination? Not that I'm aware of, actually. Larry Garner, Stephen Bergeron, Donovan Peterson, good morning. Randall Alfrecht, do you think Jay will look for another day 3 starter? Yes. Robert Cooley, the Pels have sucked me in. Chance Babin, Marcus Oob. Bayou Barbie against Ponytail Pete. I like it. Joey Metke. Migo Tez, can we end the herd experiment? See, here's the problem with that. So the Thatcher herd, to term it the Thatcher herd experiment is a little short-sighted. So he's just a sophomore. And last year as a freshman at UCLA, he made 9 appearances with 6 starts. True freshman. 1.06 ERA, 138 batting average against over 34 innings, 48 strikeouts, 10 walks. And then he had a back injury, which really cost him much of his season and his offseason. So he is still rounding back into form. What's tantalizing is that like Baseball America has their mock draft for next year, right, for 2024, and they have him as the number 2 overall prospect in the 2024 class. So, the talent is undeniable. He's even been dominant at the collegiate level. The problem has been coming back from injury and getting back to form, which clearly hasn't happened. So we keep waiting. And if you're Jay Johnson, it's fair to say, okay, well, how much more can I keep waiting? And maybe it's one of those things where you have to look and say, all right, he's not giving us anything on Sundays or in game 3s. Maybe let's put him back in the midweek, a little more controlled, and when there's not as much on the line, see if he can round back into form. And then you look at, I don't know, maybe pitching backwards on Sunday, sort of a parade of relievers if you don't have a number 3, or you could put Chase Shores back in the number 3 role, which would certainly be an option. But if you did that, then you eliminate one of your key arms out of the bullpen. So you really go and say, okay, well, what is more valuable? And what my opinion would be is, I think you take a TBD approach for Game 3 this week. And if you can get through the first two games without using Chase Shores, great. Then you start Chase Shores on Sunday. If you're in a spot where you're in a 4-3 ball game and you need a righty out of the bullpen to go pitch the ninth, then you give the ball to Chase Shores. Now, that also wouldn't necessarily, in that scenario, preclude him from pitching or starting Game 3, just a shorter start. But I think that's something that Jay probably considers this week. I think the decision that they have to make is, okay, if you do bump Hurd out of that number 3 spot, and again, like, it's not the stuff, it's the fact that he keeps walking people. Like, you've got to be able to put the ball over the plate. That's what killed him. He walked 2 batters without recording an out. He walked Maui Ahuna to start the game. They gave up a single, a double, a single, a single, and then walked another batter, and then he was out of the game. It's like, credit Tennessee. They needed to salvage a game. There was desperation, but not only that, but like, then look at what happened in that inning, how LSU self-inflicted. If you were watching the beginning of the game, after the Ahuna walk and the single, he gives up the double, and you're down 2-0. And then the single, but then like Burke comes up and hits a pop-up, and Dugas misplays it. Now it goes as a single, but it was a pop-up, and Gavin just misplayed at second base. So that crushes you. And then you have the ground ball to the left side that Tommy White couldn't handle, which allowed another run to score. You walked in a run. So, Riley Cooper walked in a run. I mean, that's 3 runs right there in the first, which was a 6-run inning, that if you just play cleaner, it's a different ball game. But they didn't. So, but yeah, for her to not record an out and to walk 2 and get hit around like he did, I mean, I don't know how you say, all right, yeah, we're going to go on the road next week and give him the ball in Game 3 again. I mean, I think you probably have to take a TBD approach for Game 3. But Miko Tez asked, can we end the Hurd experiment? Again, it's not an experiment. Like, he's a great arm. He's a great arm talent. And Jay said at the beginning of the season, the way he said it was like, for us to get where we want to go this season, he's going to have to pitch some big games for us. And I would agree with that. But you're better served getting Hurd back in form than just saying, to end of the bench. Austin Kidder, good morning. Go Lady Tigers. Only 4 baseball games I've watched from start to finish this season of the 4 they lost. I'm hereby banned from watching. Just don't watch from start to finish. LSU fan, good morning. Carly Cat, good morning. Time to kick in the championship door. Been a heck of a ride regardless. Watch party at the PMAC today. Yes, sir. Another series win over top 10 team. Wendell Norman, Jesse Post, Trivia Carter, good morning. Gulf South had the bases loaded in back-to-back innings. Got 0 from it. Sure, it's just me. Beloso doesn't seem to be doing great in conference, but I'm probably wrong. Cade had a good weekend last weekend against Arkansas. Remember, he was in the lineup game 1, but was in games 2 and 3 and was awesome. So then he started the midweek this week, and I think went 3 for 4 or something like that. But look, I mean, you had a giant challenge against his Tennessee pitching staff this weekend, and a lot of guys did struggle. I mean, except Dylan Cruz, who yesterday was 4 for 4. I mean, someone asked me yesterday, will Dylan Cruz hit 450? I was like, probably not. I mean, just averages say I may have to amend that. He's just on he's in a different stratosphere right now. I don't know, Gulf South. I mean, I'm not going to overreact to a bad day or even a bad weekend. I remember Trey Morgan, the opening weekend of the season, was like, I think he went 0 for the first weekend. I think it was like 0 for 9 or something like that. Or maybe 1 for 9 or something like that the opening weekend. And then the first midweek game of the year, he hit for the cycle, and now he's hitting like 350. So I don't know, man. I'm just not going to necessarily overreact to one game or one weekend. You know, it's why baseball plays averages, man. There's so many games, so many at bats. You understand there's going to be peaks and valleys. You just want to see what the average is, so you keep running your best 9 out there. Brad David, who do you think was a bigger high draft disappointment, Mark Ingram or Robert Meacham? Cody Kibido, morning, Matt. Tell E-Rock to be careful this afternoon. Bad thunderstorms rolling through, hail and tornadoes. Oh, wow. In Dallas, wow. Okay, good looking out. Good heads up. Richie B, what's E-Rock going to eat if her dad isn't there to cook for her? She'll eat other stuff. It's just that if her dad is cooking, it's just the top of the list of anything she want to eat. 151 watching live. Thanks so much. Please smash that like button if you would there on YouTube, Facebook. Thanks for being there. Please like the page, share the post. Like the Matt Moscona page, share the post. Appreciate y'all as always. Harley Doucette, what's going on? Morning, Matt. Super pumped for the game. Got a baseball question. Would you consider making changes in the rotation? Well, okay, so we did talk about that a little bit. I hope you heard the answer. Yeah, I mean, this weekend, you will be your best version of yourself if Thatcher Hurd rounds into form. He's obviously not there. So I think this week you leave Sunday TBD. And if you need Chase Shores in one of the first 2 games, you use him. And if not, then he starts game 3. That's what I would do. But I am not the LSU baseball coach, and the man who is way, way, way smarter than me. David Henry Chasson, good morning from the Paris, brah. Brady Beacom, what's going on? Steve Scott, what's up? Matt, good morning. I DJ'd a wedding last night, played the LSU fight song 3 times. The crowd at the reception were so pumped for the game today. It's incredible. Have a great Sunday. Go Lady Tigers. Ryan Amanda Guidry, Bart St. Germain, what's going on? Where am I? They teed off on him in the first inning. They hit everything hard. Yes, they did. No doubt. So he's got around in form. I mean, like, and a big part of that, Bart, is like he's missing spots, leaving the ball over the plate. And when he's missing, he's walking guys. Like, the stuff is good. His location is not. His feel is not. That's the problem. Scott Simon, good morning from Sam, Alex, and Sloan in El Paso. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Ashari, what's up, my dude? Stephen Roby, good morning, my dude. Stephen, I didn't call you yesterday. Damn it. All right. Hang on, Stephen. Call Stephen Robeek. Stephen, I got my note. Call Stephen Robeek. Put it right here under my coffee. Right here. As soon as we're done, I'm calling you. Jason Austin, what's going on, man? Glenn Laurie, what's going on? Harley, are you concerned with Floyd's struggles to keep the ball in the ballpark? Yes. Very similar issue that Blake Money has. When you're a hard thrower and you get too much of the plate, sometimes good hitters put a good swing on your fastball, they can turn it around quickly. Yes, I am. As always, shout out to Brock. Y'all Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Hudco Roofing, need an orthopedist, go to Brock. Need a roof, give a shout out to Hudco. And of course, Restored Motions. Got pain. Crystal Poche, restoredmotions.com. And ProCharge EV. Oh, I got good news for you. ProCharge is going to give away 3 juice box chargers. There it is, right there on the homepage. They'll take submissions all throughout the month of April. Now, this is for commercial only, commercial building, but spread the word. Help people register, or tell people to register. I'll go ahead and drop the link, prochargetv.com. Let's see. Jesse Post, got to give Hurd some grace. He wasn't pitching against Delgado either. Samuel Smith, this LSU baseball team reminds me the football team always responds. Chance Babin, Dugas didn't help Hurd the first inning yesterday. True. Looked like they partied too hard Friday night. Maybe so. Thought the same thing. It's like the scene out of Varsity Blues when they're playing Thunderstruck and they'd just gone to the bar all night, the club all night. Travis Daisy, LSU winning the chip. They won't be able to guard LSU. Marcus Ooh. Can you Shores like a Lewis Coleman type? Think Little gets a shot at starting? Marcus, the thing, I remember asking Lewis that in 2018. Remember, Zach Hess had the great year as the closer in 2017, and then in 2018 they were trying to make him do a starter. And I remember asking Lewis, who was coming on the show at the time, and he said, yeah, those days in college baseball really are done, where you use a guy to close out a game, on Friday and then start the game on Sunday. Now, it's not to say you won't use a guy twice in a weekend, but remember with Lewis, it was they'd use him as a closer on Friday. He'd pitch, 3, 6 outs, whatever he needed, and then they would start him on Sunday and let him go. It wasn't like, all right, you're starting, but you're only gonna go through the lineup once. You're on a strict pitch. It was just go. They're just not going to do that anymore in college baseball. So specifically how they used Coleman, no. Could Shores pitch Friday and Sunday? Yes, but that's like if he only threw a dozen pitches or so on Friday and then they used him just in a short outing on Sunday, which I don't know if that's ideal. Matt C, maybe give Little the rock for 3 to 4 innings, turn it over to the pen. You had the same issues with Christian Little, though. That's been the problem. Cortland Jacob, is there any concern some of the guys Kane recruited might leave? Oh, Jamar Kane. I was thinking Nolan Kane. I'm like, I don't think so. Jamar Kane. No. Remember, you really solidified your interior defensive line with transfers. Your big get on the defensive line this year was Deshaun Womack, who's probably going to play that jack spot. And there's John Jansen coaching the Jacks now. So I don't think so. I mean, the guys could always leave, of course, but not on the interior defensive line, not this year anyway. Ronnie Dugas, Murder Giraffe, what's up? Robert Potts, good morning. Let's see, Caitlin Clark is a problem. She shoots with Steph Curry's confidence, has range. Thoughts on LSU's D's chances, considering South Carolina was supposed to dominate? Yeah, Robert, I don't think necessarily the goal or the plan is don't let Caitlin Clark score. If she's that good, she's going to score. LSU just plays a very different game. I mean, LSU lives in the paint. They live on second chance points and offensive boards and getting to the rim. I mean, that's where LSU lives. So this is a much better matchup than South Carolina, which had tremendous size and was a matchup problem for LSU. I think LSU causes some issues for Iowa, and Iowa causes some issues for LSU. It's who does better at the thing that they do. Brandon Reese, as long as we win the series, I'm good. That is the goal. Just take 2 out of 3. Take 2 out of 3 10 times. You're 20-10 in the league, and you're a national seed. Brandon said you got to win 3 games in a weekend to win a championship. I don't understand what that means. You got to win 3 games in a weekend to win a championship. Aaron Hornsby, good morning. Ransom Antoine, good morning. James Tingstrom, will you be doing a companion show today for the Natty? So, James, we can't do companion shows. We contractually can't do companion shows during LSU sporting events because we have the radio rights. So they don't want us competing with the radio. One of the things that we did consider, we just got a really late start planning it, was doing a pre-game show from the PMAC where they're having a game watch party today. Um, we we didn't really get a response until last evening, and I think it was a little too hard to pull together. So, um, no, you know what? I guess I would just encourage everybody, if you're looking for something to do, a place to go, they have the game watch at the PMAC. They're gonna show the game on the screen in the PMAC, and they're lowering the jumbotron to about 7 feet above the floor. So, you know, that's a pretty good place to go watch it. So, Cortland Jacob, good morning. Yeah, I don't know. Cortland said you got to win 3 games in a weekend and win a championship. No, you don't. I mean, if you get to Omaha, you win your first 2 in the winners bracket, then somebody's got to come back and beat you twice, and then you advance to the championship series where you got to win 2 out of 3. So, no, you don't. Merritt Mathern, good morning. Anthony Cortello, Vandy's on a roll. How does our roster compare with theirs? Vandy's pitching has been incredible. I put LSU's offenses up against anybody in the country, but Vandy and Florida, their staffs are pretty incredible. LSU got a favorable turn in the schedule, not facing those 2 out of the East. But then again, you'd say the same. They got a favorable draw, not having to face LSU. Aaron Hornsby in Dallas. Okay, it's taking home the ship. Jeremy WC, good morning, Matt. I've been missing most lady basketball games because of sleep schedule for work. Girls keep winning. I won't watch today so I don't ruin their run. LOL, I'll wake up to the results. Well, Cortland, the game starts during your daughter's soccer game. Oh, no. I think there's going to be a lot of parents today who are at the kids' sporting events with the game on their phone for sure. Let's see. Brandon Reese, LSU women win the title today. They'll be only the 3rd SEC women's basketball program to win a title in their history, along with Tennessee and South Carolina. Didn't Texas A&M win one? Let me see. Let's see. You might be right. But State won it too, didn't they? State won it. No, State. That's right. State beat UConn and lost in the national championship game. Hang on. Okay. Yeah, Texas A&M won it in 2011. Oh, Texas A&M won it in 2011, but that was the year before they came into the league. So A&M did win one, but it was in 2011. Okay. And Tennessee, yeah. Yeah, so just Tennessee and South Carolina. Make sure there isn't one like long lost one that I missed. Yeah, no, that's it. And then of course Mississippi State lost to Notre Dame in 2018. That was on the buzzer beater. So State beat UConn and then lost to Notre Dame on the buzzer beater. God, how crushing would that have been? To end UConn's bajillion game win streak and then to lose the championship game on a buzzer beater. Oh. Let's see. All right. Mark McCarter called the priest today. I should have called Father Alello. Samuel, Matt, do you think LSU drops in the polls and even though won the series? I do not. I think LSU will still be number 1. Glenn Laurie, listen to the Pelicans in Spanish. No, I didn't have the. Remember, that's just TNT, so I need more Bally sports games. Brant Roban, good morning. Back to reality, heading to Knoxville. Crushed about 5 pounds of crawfish at Sammy's last night. Great trip as always. All right, Brant. Glad you had a good trip. Glad the Tigers won the series. Samuel, Sunday starter going for it. I talked about that a little bit already. I think if they don't keep Hurd there, they probably leave Sunday TBD. And if Shores doesn't pitch in the first two games, I think they start Shores. Kevin Sparks, base running yesterday was a concern. They did get a couple of guys pegged yesterday. The really disappointing one was Thompson. When you were trying to rally and he got pegged at second base. Yeah, I'm with you. Mark, good morning. Will Zion return next week for the playoff run for the Pels? Mark, I'm going to say yes. And as a matter of fact, it sounds to me like the plan is for Zion to play Friday. Now, this is all, of course, TBD, and things could change, as we well know. But here you go. 4 games to go. They play Sacramento at home Tuesday. They have a back-to-back Tuesday, Wednesday, Sacramento, Memphis. Then Friday they play the Knicks. And I was in New Orleans Friday and yesterday. Of course, they played yesterday against Clippers and won. It sure sounds to me like the plan is for Zion to play Friday against the Knicks, and then next Sunday, a week from today, against Minnesota, and that's the regular season finale. And then whatever it might be for the postseason. So. I'm at this point. I'm going to say yes. I do think Zion plays. I think he plays Friday against the Knicks. Pelicans are sitting there, half game behind the Clippers, who were in the 6th seed. I mean, it's a little stunning, man. But the Pels are right there from not even having to fool with the play-in. See how this week shakes out. Ben Boudreaux, thoughts on last night's Final Four? Brother, I didn't watch any of it. I was in New Orleans, my brother-in-law's 50th birthday party. We were at dinner. They had the game on the TVs in the bar area, but I can't tell you I was watching. I saw the final scores, but I just whatever. It's not a college basketball. The NCAA, the TV networks have got to be disappointed with this final. I mean, San Diego State FAU, looked like a great game, I guess. It ended up, 72-71, and then UConn, I guess, just pulled away from Miami. But, UConn's got to be the favorite, right? But I didn't watch any of it. I'd be lying to you if I sat here and tried to break that down. Will Myers, thoughts on LSU plus 3.5? Yeah, at this point, I'd take LSU. I would. I'm not going to play the game. Like, I would say, at this point, if you're an LSU fan, you don't need that extra juice to be excited going into this game, right? Just watch the game and enjoy it. But yeah, you're going to give me 3.5 points in this game. I would take it. Let's see. Jason Horn was in the suite last night for the Pels game. Okay, bro. Kelly Gross, good morning. Rhoda Ewell, is Shores hurt? No. Zion should be back from Memphis. I did not say Memphis. I said Friday against New York. Is what I heard yesterday. Is that would be the target. Cortland Wiseman championship game in primetime. Cortland, they changed it, and I actually like what they did. Because they're also putting it on ABC. So in years past, the women's championship game had been on Tuesday. Remember, the men would play on Monday and the women would play on Tuesday. Well, the women changed their tournament now, and they have the Final Four on Friday and the championship game on Sunday. And I do think it's better than getting lost on a Tuesday night, which generally is a great night for TV, by putting it on Sunday afternoon when people are generally home and around on Sunday, and you get it on ABC. So I actually do think that that's a good idea with how they've done it. Austin, Hurd was solid against A&M, but that's forgotten because the bullpen gave up 4 runs and we lost. Errors can destroy a pitcher mentally. I'm not ready to write him off. I definitely wouldn't write him off. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. But there's also, God, I hate LSU's website. Load. But there's also this. He's got an ERA of 6.26. In 23 innings pitched, he's given up 25 hits, 16 earned runs. He struck out 32 and walked 17. He's walked 17 in 23 innings pitched. He's given up more hits than innings pitched. His whip is 1.83 right now. Like, it's just not good. I mean, it's not good. Like, that's objectively not good. So, we know when he's right, his stuff is very good. He's just not. So I'm not writing him off. I'm with you. But I don't know if it's his back, if he's injured, whatever the case may be, if he just needs to get more experience after being on the shelf for so long. But anyway. Short draw, whitetail. What time is the game? 2:30. Hey, bud. You come and sit with Daddy?
Not for that show.
Okay.
Not for that show.
It's just you and Daddy all day today.
Not for
Mommy went to Dallas, Texas.
Not for that show.
After Dad's show, we're going to get dressed. I think Daddy's going to ride his Peloton. Neon. Later, we're going to go to the mall. Yep.
Yeah.
And then we're going to watch basketball. And then after basketball, we go to the park.
Leon.
Who are we going to see at the park?
No.
Who are we going to see at the park?
No.
Look for? Duke. You want to come sit on Dad's lap and say hi to Dad's show? You want to come say hi? You want to come say hi to Dad's show? You want to come say hi to Dad's show? Oh, you got a droopy diaper too. Oh. I think old boy's got a present for Daddy in that diaper later. Ooh. Whew. Good thing I lost my smell with COVID. Stone Musso, good morning. Great day to be a Tiger. Lex Luthor's going to need a big game. Day 3 LSU pitching is not in a good place. That will cost a big down the road. Okay, Stone Musso. LSU fan. How's double trap Clark? Okay. Andy Whitaker, just me here's Women's March Madness been much better, more fun to watch than the men's this year. Well, you also have a team in it that you're cheering for that's in the championship game. So naturally, yes, that is going to be more fun. Shane Danos, how many times do we have to watch Cooper and Hurd do the same thing? You see, so Shane, the thing about Cooper yesterday is, like, when you're down 6-0 before recording an out, at this point, if you're Jay Johnson, you're like, okay, like, who's available that can extend for me and get me some outs. So you put Cooper in, and he steadied things. I mean, not only gave up 4, I know, but well, he gave up. Wait, hang on. Dude, there were so many runs, like I'm losing track of how it all happened. So they gave up 6 in the first. Hurd exited with a 3-0 lead, but the bases were loaded. So none of those runs. Those 6 were all credited to Hurd, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to look at the box score. Yeah, so Hurd gave up 6, but Cooper also gave up 6. But Cooper went 5 2/3. Like, he at least got you through the game, right? Then you went to Dutton, Collins, Guidry. But anyway, Gavin Guidry looked good. Let's see. Austin Fridge, haven't listened to 104.5 in a while. How's BT11 doing in spring practice? Brian Thomas? Brian Thomas and Mike Denbrock even talked about this yesterday. He feels like Brian Thomas and Kyron Lacey are the two that are ready to explode. And if the offensive coordinator is saying it, and he's the guy that actually has the autonomy to push the ball to those guys, I would believe him. Let's see. Dustin Balelo, Drew is the man. TNT in Spanish and the Star of Dad show. That's true. Juan, what's going on? Someone answer the phone. Yes, that's Drew likes to listen to ringtones. So when you hear that's Drew is listening to ringtones. He's got when I got a new phone, Drew got my old phone, and there's no service on it. So there's no calls or texts or anything like that. But he can play on the internet and whatever. But he likes to listen to ringtones. So he finds the ringtones and just plays them. Let's see. Cortland, you have to win 3 games to win the regional. Have to win 3 in Omaha to get to the championship. Okay. Thought you were talking about in Omaha. And yes, you do have to win 3, but you said 3 in a weekend. That's not what you do in Omaha because they've stretched that out over 10 days now. So you would play on the weekend, either a Friday, Saturday, then get a day off, and then come back and play Monday. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to win 3 consecutive over a weekend. But yes, in a regional you do. You have to win 3 in 4 days. Armstrong grappling. Florida's pitching staff falling off a lot. 2 weeks in a row. Ace got chased. BP is getting better. They are looking more human. Danny Braywick, what's going on? Chance Babin. Oh, man. Spurge, what's up? Gulf South, I had people pitch yesterday on the chat forums. I made a fake official-looking tweet saying Kelly was in advanced talks with Ogeron to coach the D-line. Only few realized it was April Fool's. Yeah, that's not funny. I don't get April Fool's, but maybe I'm a stick in the mud. I don't know why you would intentionally just try to deceive people. I think April Fool's is stupid. Do you? But I just think that's stupid. Not saying you're stupid. I just think that's stupid. It looked like there's American Idol stuff scheduled tonight. Oh, that's what they're doing on ABC. Well, that makes sense then. Peter Finner, happy 50th to Jeff D. Yes, sir. Yeah. That's my brother-in-law, Jeff Delafano. So if y'all were listening to AFR, what day was that? Wednesday, maybe? When Erica called me live on air, and then my niece asked for a shout-out. Sophia Delafano. That's Jeff's daughter. Raymond, good morning, Matt. You already touched on it, but I would like to say I would do like you. Hang on. Sentence structure, folks. Let's see. Forgive me. Morning, Matt. You already touched on it, but I would do like you said and move her to the midweek. Start Shores on Sunday. We'll need him before the season is done. Okay, I'm not saying you move Shores to Sunday. Don't misunderstand me. That's not what I'm saying you do. Because I think Shores has great value out of the bullpen. I think Edwards, Shores, maybe Griffin Herring need a larger sample size, but boy, he looked good the other night. Are your best bullpen arms. So here's my point. This is the point I'm making, Raymond. If you're in a 4-3 game and you need 3 outs in the 9th and Shores is available, I'm going to Shores there to get the win and not saying, yeah, but I might need him on Sunday. I'm giving him the ball on Friday in that role. You know what I mean? And then I'll figure out Sunday when you get there. So that's why I think I would leave it TBD for Sunday and see how the weekend plays out, and then, roll with whoever is your best option available in that situation. David Bowden, her problem is between his ears. I completely disagree with that, David. That's not true at all. That he had a back injury that cost him almost all of last year, and he pitched scarcely in the fall and in the preseason. So he's ramping back up from a back injury. It's not between his ears. It's a physical thing. Leslie Martin, good morning. Brian Jones, Ryan Pike, genuinely curious. How How did you explain COVID and the mask and all this stuff to a toddler? Serious question. Drew doesn't understand, and he didn't have to wear a mask, so he had no concept of COVID or any of that stuff. You know, he's just a little, you know, Drew's a little different, and so we didn't. You know. Who starts at RB1 for LSU? I mean, I think it's got to be Josh Williams. I mean, he's your leading returning rusher. You know, I think they'll use all those guys. Brian Jones, Matt, my phone died. Did you answer where Cardell transferred to? As far as I know, he did not announce a transfer destination. The last I saw, he posted a video like on social media, working out and training and stuff like that. So, yeah, he hasn't announced a destination yet. At least not that I see. All right, a couple more here. Smash that like button if you would, please. 182 watching live, only 56 likes. We can get that number up, please. As always, shout out to Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, and Hudco Roofing. Where are we? Cortland, time to mow the yard. Y'all have a great day. All right, Cortland, thanks for popping in here, man. Have a great Sunday. Bullseye Outdoor Construction, GMEX. Yep, good announcement on Friday. And even better is in the coming like days, weeks, we'll start releasing pieces of the platform, like screen grabs of how it looks and videos and tutorials and stuff like that too. So you get to actually see some of it, which is really exciting. Let's go, Brandon. What's going on? Been a while since I've heard some morning Scone live. Hope everyone's doing well. Doing good, man. Thanks for being here. Thanks for popping in. Brandon Reese, which football position besides quarterback are you interested to see going forward? Cornerback for sure. And Harold Perkins' development at linebacker. I mean, he's moved to the inside like we knew he would, but how he develops there, I think, is key. Good reports about Omar Spates yesterday, the linebacker transfer from Oregon State. Big, strong, interior thumper, your prototypical NFL inside linebacker. Denver Harris, as far as the cornerbacks, he said Denver Harris, really athletic, but you can tell he's probably played a lot of man just in his life because he's athletic. So learning zone concepts and coverages and things is something that he's got to get up to speed on. They really like Chestnut and Johnson, the two that are injured. Chestnut from Syracuse and Johnson from Ohio State. So Zy Alexander and Terrence Welch right now are running ones while those guys are out with injury. And they're moving Javen Toviano around a lot, but they like him. He's playing safety, nickel, and boundary corner. So they're moving him all over. They like him a lot. He's going to play a lot as a freshman. Dustin Bolello may have missed your answer. Who do you feel is the answer for our number 3 spot in the rotation? Yeah, I don't know if you heard it. I've said it quite a bit. You're at your best if Hurd gets up to form because he's got the best stuff to be in that spot. And he's shown it before. I just don't know if he's healthy and certainly not consistent right now. But this weekend I would leave the number 3 spot TBD. And if you don't use Shores in the first 2 games, then I would start Shores. Austin Fridge, did you hear about Jalen Cook, former LSU point guard, is in the portal? I did actually talk about this for a while now. For the past couple of months, you've heard me say, if you've heard me talk about the basketball roster, that Matt McMahon needs to recruit Louisiana kids that left. And sometimes I tell you the story without telling you the story. Well, that's the story. So Jordan Wright from Vanderbilt, Baton Rouge kid from Dunham who went to Vanderbilt. He's been a 4-year contributor there. He's in the portal. Like, I would be stunned. I would be stunned if Jordan Wright doesn't end up at LSU. Jalen Cook, who played at LSU, left when Cam came in, obviously. Went to Tulane, been an all-conference player. I think he averaged like 27 this year. He's been incredible. He's back in the portal, and they would like for him to come back to LSU. He would have to get a waiver because he would be a 2-time transfer, but he's going through the draft process to get some feedback. But I think he's going to come back to college, play another year, and I think they're going to try to get a waiver, and he's going to play at LSU. So, and then there's at least one more that I'm aware of. That's a Louisiana kid who is strongly contemplating jumping in the transfer portal and could end up back at LSU. So, but Wright and Cook are two that's been percolating for a while. Please don't misunderstand. Also, I'm not suggesting there was tampering. There wasn't. It's not like LSU staff members are calling kids. It's not that at all. It's just those players were already looking for other options, and when you have enough connection to the state, there's intermediaries and how things work and communications happen and all. So, anyway. So yes, I think there's a really good chance that Jordan Wright and Jalen Cook both end up at LSU. I would put that at 85%, whatever. Nate Bumstead, what's good, Nate Bumstead? Have you done a bourbon review on Laissez Versailles? Nope, have not. I don't know if I've ever even heard of it, man. I need to check it out. Quentin Breakbill, Truax, what's up? Blaine Smith, Pels got a big win against Clippers. They did. Blaine, no way Perkins is inside. Penn can't play outside. So I'm not saying Penn is going to play outside. What I'm telling you is when you're running a 3-4, primarily you have 2 inside linebackers, which last year you primarily saw as Penn and Baskerville. Well, Baskerville's gone, and Penn is running behind Perkins and Omar Spates. So, yes, if you're saying there's no way Perkins is inside, I'm telling you, Blaine Smith, you are 100% dead wrong because he is playing inside linebacker. It's basically Devin White. You're taking a freakishly athletic dude, you're teaching him the linebacker position, how to play on the inside, and that's what he's going to do. So I think you will have Perkins and Omar Spates as your inside linebackers. Penn, part of that rotation as well. And West Weeks is here, but they love Witt Weeks as well. Witt is the younger Weeks brother. He's an early enrollee, so he's going through spring. He's bigger than West, and they like him a lot. So yeah. So Blaine, check them absolutes, dog, because Harold Perkins is playing inside linebacker. Period. Hi, what are you doing here? Huh? What are you doing here? Did somebody get a haircut yesterday? Did you get a haircut? Where did you go yesterday? Where'd you go yesterday? Sharkies. Who did we see? Cynthia. What did Cynthia say to you?
Hi, Cynthia.
Hi, Cynthia. What did Cynthia say to you? Did she say, hi, Drew?
It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Look at that smile. It's okay. Yep, she did, huh? She said, it's okay.
And Leon.
Well, we're gonna finish Dad's show. Neon. We'll get dressed. Dad's gonna ride his Peloton. I love you.
And
then we'll go to the mall. And then we'll go to Drew's house and what's basketball?
After park.
Well, after basketball, then we'll go to the park.
And after park.
After park, we'll go to Drew's house.
And
then we'll go for Dad's car.
Two.
Where do you want to go? And then later we'll eat your dinner, go get all clean, and go night-night. And tomorrow is?
Monday.
Gotta know his schedule. Monday. And where are you going to go on Monday?
New St. Lillian.
To the New St. Lillian. Yep.
And on Tuesday.
And on Tuesday, where are you going to go?
New St. Lillian.
New St. Lillian. Abilities.
Okay.
You see Margaret, yep.
And
then? Mommy will come see you, yep.
Play.
You'll play.
After play.
And after play,
Sit.
you'll sit.
Have a play.
After play? After you play with mommy, then what? Then who comes home?
Daddy.
Daddy comes home. Yep. Good job.
And Neon.
In Neon. I love you. Let's see. Let's see. Joey Metke, Matt, do you know if the LSU football game is going to be on TV? Which, like, the spring game? I'm sure it will be, and if it's not, it'll be streaming on SC Network Plus. Raymond, Matt, I've watched Clark from Iowa a few times. I think she reminds me of Larry Bird. Let's not get crazy, guys. Like, come on. I mean, Raymond, I'm not trying to be. Let's keep some things in perspective here. I mean, she's a fine player. I mean, I would venture a guess that most people here today wouldn't have known who Caitlin Clark was a week ago or 2 weeks ago. Like, let's not start comparing her to Larry Bird. Let's just enjoy this game today and hope LSU wins. She's a very good player. She's a great scorer. Let's just hope LSU wins this game. Let's see. Gulf South, I know each situation is different. Mulkey making the championship in year 2 has to make the men's coach feel some type of pressure. Honestly, I don't believe the two are comparable. Number one, there are fewer teams that actually commit the resources to compete in women's basketball. And the situation McMahon inherited, and they still don't have finality on the NCAA thing. I think it's why they gave that man an 8-year contract. They knew this was going to be a problem. Now, I will say this. I think you've got to see dramatic improvement year to year. Even though I think we all kind of anticipated year 1 was going to be a struggle for McMahon. I'll speak for myself. I didn't expect them to be the worst team in the SEC. I kind of hoped they might get to 7 or 8 conference wins and maybe have a case for an NIT berth. 18 or 19 wins overall. But I did not see coming what happened. And they got to make improvements for sure. A winning season, like what you said there, I'll agree with. At least have a winning season, I agree with. Like there's no reason for it to go on the way it did this year. Brandon Reese, the men's basketball team, lost 3 players already. Yeah, they're going to lose 6. They're turning over at least 6 roster spots. The 2 seniors, scholarship players, right? The 2 seniors, you had KJ and Parker Edwards, and then they're going to have 4 transfers. So they're not done, by the way. Trivia, did I miss the Game Coin update? Yeah, but check any of the Game Coin social. You'll see the post is laid out with all of the updates and brought on a new developer from the UK, a company called Eskimo. Great credentials, some of the companies they've worked with. Signed a 4-year lease on an office in Baton Rouge, which will be like where the headquarters. There's some other stuff in there too, so check it out. Better team in your opinion, last at large bid to the NCAA tournament or the NIT winner? NCAA tournament. Nobody watches the NIT. I would always rather be in the big dance, always. Brandon Reese, for as much as Kim Mulkey has already done in 2 years, winning a title for this program would elevate the confidence for this program even more, especially in recruiting. Look at South Carolina. Larry Bird. Drew is your best co-host, better than Ryan, hands down. I agree with you, man. I agree with you, Austin. Drew always makes my day. Drew's talking so well, such a cutie. Thank you, Angela. Appreciate that. Let's see. Wait, do you think playing Perkins inside doesn't sit well with him in transfers? I don't know what you mean by that. Like, Harold Perkins wants to play inside. Like, think the Mike Jones thing. Mike Jones left Clemson, came here to play Mike. He wants to be an inside backer. Because you're a 3-down backer playing on the inside. Last year, his head was swimming, couldn't play on the inside yet, but they were like, you're super athletic. They had to get him on the field. So they sort of molded that spot for him as a jack, and teams countered it by then flexing out guys into the slot and moving Perkins outside of the box, and he was still really effective. But no, like, think Devin White, think Kendall Beckwith, guys who at the beginning of their career, they just got on the field to be athletic in certain situations, but ultimately became great inside, like, linebackers. They could run sideline to sideline. They could tap, stick their nose, in the scrum and make tackles, at the line of scrimmage, be thumpers, could flip their hips and turn in coverage. Like, that's what Harold Perkins is going to be. Like, think Devin White. That is the vision for him. And that's how you become the 5th pick of the draft and, make a bajillions of dollars. Okay, y'all, I think we're done. Trivia wants to ask E-Rock. E-Rock trivia is on the road to Dallas. Erica and her sister are taking her mom to the championship game today. So they left at like 6 a.m. to go to Dallas. So I talked to her before we started here, and they were around Natchitoches. So no Ask E-Rock today. Carly Cat, sounds like Cook is coming back from Tulane to LSU. Carly Cat, I've been saying that for weeks. But yes, he'll have to get a waiver, but they're confident they can get it. And Jordan Wright from Vanderbilt as well. And there's one more whose name I'm not going to say, but it's a Louisiana kid who they're pretty confident they're going to get back here. Does Jaden Daniels have a chance to win the Heisman? Sure. I mean, if he's a quarterback that throws for 3,000 yards, runs for 1,000 yards, and plays on a team that gets to the playoff, absolutely. They were close to it last year. Remember going into the championship, the SC championship, he had like the 4th best Heisman odds last year. 4th or 5th, something like that. Matt, I know this is an old question. If it was up to you, would you want LSU's permanent teams to be Oklahoma, Texas? Oh, who would you want? Who do I want the permanents to be? Vanderbilt, Mississippi State, and South Carolina. That's who I want the permanents to be. Matt, if you were the coach, would you tell your batters to hit when they want or wait for your first pitch strike? We get a lot of swings at the first pitch, only to pop up foul swing at the air. Yep. Yeah, DA, that's not there. There's no uniform approach there. A lot of times it depends on who's pitching. Like, pitch sequencing matters. If you are let's say you scout a pitcher and someone is heavy fastball first pitch, and that may be the only fastball you see in the count, then if you get a first pitch fastball and it's over the plate, swing at it. If there's a pitcher who's filthy, nasty, disgusting, and really all you want to do is drive up the pitch count to get him out of the game, then you're more patient at the plate, you foul off pitches, and you make him work to drive up the pitch count. So there is no uniform answer to that question. Hi, baby. You ready?
What does that say?
What does what say? Well, you tell me. What does that say? You know. What does it say?
Sim. Texas.
What does that say?
Texas.
It says task. Task. He said Texas. Mommy is in Dallas, Texas. Where was Drew born? Where was Drew born?
Who said Texas? Texas Drew Hospital.
Houston, Texas. Texas Children's Hospital. Very good. Hey, tell Dad show. Where was Drew born? Tell him. Where was Drew born? Hey, where was Drew born? Hey, tell him. Where was Drew born? Can you tell him?
Tell.
Ooh, are you with? Oh, man.
Indiana.
Oh, that's because you're chewing this thing. Where was Drew born?
Houston, Texas Children's Hospital.
Texas Children's Hospital. Good job. All right, you ready to go get dressed?
Indiana.
Change your diaper?
Indiana.
Well, Dad's going to ride his Peloton.
Indiana.
And then we're going to go for a ride in Daddy's car. To the
Mall.
Wait, where are we going to go at the mall? Where are we going to go? Where are we going to go? Macy's and Pennies and Dillard's. He loves to ride the elevators at the mall. Shocker, right? So we just walk around the mall and find all the elevators and ride elevators. And go up and down and up and down and up and down. And then we're going to come to Drew's house and watch basketball. And then we'll go to the park. And then we'll go to Drew's house. And then we'll eat your dinner, get all clean, and go night-night. And tomorrow will be Monday. And go to New St. Louis. Good job. Okay, let's say goodbye to Dad's show. Shout out to Brock. Banners of the P Clinic.
HookerRoofing.com.
HoodcoRoofing,
Bye, Dasha.
You blowing him a kiss?
Bye, Dasha.
Blow him a kiss. Oh, that was very sweet. All right, y'all have a great day. Thanks so much. Oh, Craig Duke, said Elmo Ducks. Do you remember Elmo Ducks? Do you remember watching Elmo Ducks?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
L is for
L is for Lily. L is for Lily. Okay. All right. Y'all have a great day. Go Tigers. Let's win that natty today. And we got a Daddy and Drewby Day. Daddy and Drewby Day. Mommy's in Dallas, Texas. Watching the ladies. Hopefully they win, huh? Love you. Okay. Y'all have an awesome day. Peace. Peace.